You think you're gonna join the military and you're still gonna come home and be stationed right next to mommy and daddy, or your girlfriend, little Mary Sue Rottencrotch up the block. Think again. What's up, guys? It's Brando with the AC. Busting up out of work. It was a solid 45 degrees on my way in, nice and chilly. And now it's somewhere around 80. If you're new to the channel and this is your first time here, my name is Brando, and this is my channel called The Alpha Core. The Alpha Core is a project that I am working on to redesign the modern man. Now, some of the things we talk about on this channel are motorcycles, as you can plainly see. We talk about Jeep stuff, we talk about firearms, talk about fitness stuff. Today, we are talking about military stuff. So, if you're interested and any of that stuff sounds interesting to you, go ahead and click that subscribe button. Now, truth be told, man, I've tried to record this video like 4 or 5 times already. And you know what? I just get so damn emotionally invested into this topic that, you know, I ramble on, and before I know it, it's like 30 minutes have gone by. And I just get in this zone, and my battery's dead, and half the footage is gone, and you know what? I just got burnt out on talking about it. So I had to let a little bit of time go by so I could reapproach this topic, because it's an important one. So the topic is, should you join the military? First things first, I want to put to rest this misconception that it is easy to join the military. Because guys, it's just not fucking like that anymore. Maybe once upon a time, but I tell you what, I've been in for 21 years now, 13 years active, the rest I've been in the active reserves for the Navy. And it wasn't easy to get in 1997, and it's not easy to get in now. Why it's not easy to get in now? Because I went through the process last year with my son. My son's been in the Navy for just over a year now. So, what do you mean it's not easy to get in? I thought that's where the judge gave criminals a choice. Either I throw you in the fucking slammer or you join the military. Well, that's a bunch of bullshit, people. I don't care who told you that shit, what movie you're watching, where it happened, it is bullshit. Because guess what? Even though there may be a bunch of knuckleheads in each and every branch of the service, it doesn't mean they just let any mofo in this place, man. So, anybody, and some of you may not agree with me, but I'm going to say this, I'm putting it out there. Anybody can go to college if you are of sound body and mind, right? You have no mental ailments that are going to prevent you from going to college, right? So, if you are poor, there's a program out there for you to go to college. If you may not be intelligent enough, there's a program out there for you to go to college. If you don't live by a college, there's programs out there for you to go to an online college and still have it paid for. All you have to do is get in contact with the right people and start looking for these programs. There's certain financial aids and grants that are available in your area. Not everybody can join the military, okay? There are medical things that are going to prevent you from joining the military, all right? There are criminal aspects that will prevent you from joining the military. And I'm talking about even like a underage consumption ticket for drinking underage, right? I had a smoking ticket, being underage and being in possession of cigarettes that almost prevented me from getting into the military. You have to be smart. You take a test called the ASVAB. All right? You have to be physically fit. At least when you first get in. So that means broken bones can disqualify you. Certain drugs that may have been prescribed to you for a condition that maybe wasn't even a real thing, but just because your doctor prescribed you that shit can disqualify you. Talking about Ritalin, antidepressants, things like that. Things that your parents didn't fucking know about 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and they were just giving kids this shit like candy to get them under control because they're hyper and can't focus, right? This kind of shit will disqualify you, can disqualify you from getting in. Now that's not even talking about whether you should or should not join the military. Those are just some facts about whether you are able to join the military or not, okay? Now let's talk about whether you should or should not. There's a few things that happen in the first year or two of being in the military that most people, they don't like, right? A lot of that's being told what to do. Well, guess what? If you don't like being told what to do, being in the military is not your thing. Because even the dude who is your boss's boss's boss has a motherfucking boss. And everybody is always being told what to do. If you don't like being yelled at, because when anybody has any type of aggression or microaggressions or some shit like that, you piss your pants a little bit, the military is not for you. You're gonna get yelled at because you fuck up a lot in the first couple years of being in. That just happens. It's part of the learning process. You can't do everything right all of the time. You can't. Now, granted, in many circumstances in the military, you being able to get shit right can mean life or death to somebody else. So it's an important thing. So, yeah, people get yelled at. You're gonna have to do some push-ups. You're gonna have to run, right? All this stuff. That's just paying your dues. If you don't like school, or I'll put it this way, if you think you're gonna join the military and not go to more school, you're out of your mind. The first year I was in the Navy, I was in school that whole time. And it was a surprise to me, and that's why I'm telling you guys now, because I did not want to do more school. I was like, throw me into the job, get me out there, get me working. I want adventure, I want to travel, I want to go do this stuff, I want to get in it. And here I am in a damn schoolhouse, studying and shit. The only difference from college and whatever military school you might be in is you're going to be PTing and you're going to be wearing a uniform. Oh, and you're probably going to be restricted on what you can do, when you can do it, and where you can do it at. So if you don't like learning shit, the military may not be for you. Because however badass your 17-year-old self, or 18 or 20, whatever the hell you are, however badass you think you are, well, you still got shit to learn. If you think you're gonna join the military and you're still gonna come home and be stationed right next to mommy and daddy, or your girlfriend, little Mary Sue Rottencrotch up the block, think again. I don't know. Let's look at it this way. If you're looking to get out of the town that you grew up in, or whatever town you're in now, maybe you're older, you're in the mid-20s or something like that, you're looking to get out of that town, you're looking to learn a new skill, you're interested in giving back to your country and earning this freedom that you were born into, being part of something that's much larger than you. If you're able to be part of a team, if you're excited about adventure, if you're excited about meeting different people around the world, learning about different cultures, being immersed in different cultures, and seeing things outside of that little security bubble you call home, well, then maybe the military is for you. If that interests you, then maybe you should think about it. I'm not going to tell you what branch to go to, but I will tell you that you should do your homework. Take the time to learn about the Marine Corps, the Army, the Navy, and yes, even the Air Force. Take the time to learn about what they do. If you can, talk to a vet, talk to a reservist, talk to somebody who's on active duty if you have that ability in the area that you live in, and get their take on it. The key question is, if you were in my shoes and you were going to go through this process all over again, how would you do it? That's the question you ask to these people. And maybe I can do a follow-up video on that if there's a demand for it. I will say, if you make the choice to join, they will end up being some of the best years of your life. Now, I'm not going to say that bad shit won't happen. That's the purpose of having a military. Sometimes you got to go fight. You probably will lose people close to you. You absolutely will have shitty times. You absolutely will miss birthdays and holidays with your loved ones. But that's all part of the sacrifice. And it's not just about you. This is a big thing to remember. Joining the military is not just a sacrifice that you take on alone. Every single friend you have, every single loved one that you have is sacrificing too. Now, that really only applies to very, very close friends and family members who sit there and worry about you all the time, because they have to be the support. Back here, sometimes they're taking care of your kids. Sometimes they're taking care of your bills. Sometimes they're taking care of your house, your car, whatever it is. When you're gone, someone needs to help you out. So it's more than just you. I'll say for me, after 21 years, I'm gonna do 22 when I retire. I'll retire next year. I would do 22 years all over again. In fact, if that Space Force shit kicks off, I'm gonna be first in line. Sign me up, dude. Space Force. Yeah, I'm all about it. But anyway, guys, throw some questions at me. I want to know. All right, let me know your take. If you're a vet, what do you think? What are some suggestions you have for people considering joining the military? I'll do as many of these videos as it takes. to get the message out there, because I didn't have anybody to talk to except for a recruiter. The world is different now. We've got this beautiful platform to reach people all over the globe. So if you have questions, let me know. I want to know about them. I'll do my best to answer them. But that's it for now, guys. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and smash that subscribe if you haven't already, and click that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. But it's time for me to go find some beer. So I'll talk to you all later.